Hi there everyone and welcome to the channel. I've got another mix in a jar for you today. This one I'm calling 1 hour soft honey white sandwich bread mix. And y'all, it's just a miracle of a bread mix. It's amazing because it's ready in less than 1 hour and it's so good. It is a perfect substitute for any sandwich bread that you might be buying at the store, except this one's going to taste better. I'm going to start by putting my ingredients in a 24-ounce jar. That's a 3-cup jar. It's right in between a pint and a quart. If you don't have that jar, just don't worry about it. Just bump up to the quart jar. I like these jars because they're cute in pictures, but I know not everybody can get their hands on one, so don't worry about that. Just use a quart. In the bottom of the jar, you can put the yeast and then 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I like to include some butter powder in this recipe just because it gives a great flavor, especially when it's paired with the honey crystals. The honey butter in there is just really, really nice. And then you've got a teaspoon of kosher salt, and that's it. That's all that's going to go into your jar. There's just 5 ingredients that go into this jar. And so simple ingredients, easy to make bread. I'm telling you, it's super easy. Anybody can do this, and it's really quick. Ready in under an hour, start to finish. So there is your jar that you could keep stored on your pantry shelf. And if you try the recipe and if you like the recipe, you can make several at a time. Just be sure to check your expiration date on your yeast and use it by then. Whenever you're ready to make it, you'll need to get out a stand mixer that's fitted with a dough hook. Now, I was just testing my water temperature. I'd like to have it somewhere between 100 and 110. Just warm water out of the tap, a cup of that, and then 1 tablespoon of some sort of oil. I used an avocado oil. And then you can empty the contents of the jar into the bowl, and you can start mixing. Now, I'm going to show you what your dough should look like and what it should not look like, okay? When I started mixing, this is what it looked like. And that is not what we're looking for. And the reason I know that's not what we're looking for is because it's sticking to the sides of the bowl and it's sticking to the bottom too. And that's just not enough flour. You never quite know exactly how much flour to put in. It depends on weather and it depends on elevation, stuff like that. So you can add a tablespoon of additional flour at a time and mix it up and see what it looks like. So for me, I ended up adding, I think, 3 tablespoons of flour. See how it's sticking on the bottom there, but not on the sides? Still not enough flour. I had to add some more. Now, that's what I'm looking for. It's not sticking to the sides and it's not sticking to the bottom. That's exactly right. So at that point, you need to knead this for 5 minutes. And yeah, you can do this by hand, but I would knead it for probably 10 minutes. All right, so after that time, this is what your dough looks like. And that's what it sounds like. You should be able to slap it. So it's just slightly tacky, but definitely not sticky. And put it in a sprayed bowl and cover that and let it rest for 20 minutes. And during the rest period, go ahead and preheat your oven, because that's it. You don't need a rise time, believe it or not. This is, like I said, it's like a miracle bread. So this is what it looks like just after 20 minutes. That's that rest time. It really is all it needs. And this dough, it's just like so easy to work with. I turned it out onto some flour, but you don't even really need to do that. It's very easy to work with. So all you want to do is pat it out into a rectangle. And I saw a lady named Robin on the Farm on YouTube, and she showed a technique where she folds in her sandwich dough like head and shoulders, knees and toes. Just like the little kids song. It's head, shoulders, knees, and then toes. And then you just roll it right up. And that is your sandwich loaf. You can tuck in the sides. And I slap it on the counter a couple of times. Just make sure there's no air pockets in there. Pat it flat, tuck in the edges, and into a greased loaf pan. That's it. Now, if you've made bread before, this is going to go against all conventional wisdom. but trust me on this. Into the oven, straight in the oven. I did not let that rise, guys. 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, that is what it looked like. I mean, just look at the rise on that. I'm telling you, this is miracle bread. If you're enjoying my content, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel to grow. And if you're interested in getting my meals in a jar recipes in cookbook form, I do have a cookbook out. If you want the print version, this one is available on Amazon, and I also have the ebook version available on my website, which is thefreezedriedfoodie.com. I will link both below. All right, back to the video. Now, after about 27 minutes, I pulled mine out, and gosh, isn't that just gorgeous? Look how much it rose in the oven. I still am in awe of this bread. I just love it. I do like to butter the outside of my bread. I think everybody loves a butter crust. I think y'all are gonna love the way your kitchen smells at this point. It's very difficult to do, but you do need to allow that to cool completely in the pan, and then it should just pop right out. I had to take some pictures of the whole loaf. I just think she's so cute. Yeah, and then it'll be ready to slice up. I got that cool bread knife at Goodwill. It's from the Texas Bread Knife Company. But gosh, just look at that slice of sandwich bread. The crumb is gorgeous. It's very tender. This bread makes perfect sandwiches. I love to toast it in the toaster. I love to put some butter on it and grill it. I also like to just put some butter on it and eat it because it's delicious. And the way your house will smell when you bake this bread, it reminded me of that field trip we took when I was a little kid back in the 70s. All of the Texas kindergartners and first graders, they went to the Mrs. Baird's bread factory. And the smell of that yeast bread, it's incredible. I toasted up some slices, and this is what it looks like. Toasted on the griddle with some butter. It's so good. It makes a fantastic grilled cheese. And if you do that, you can have it with one of my soups. There's my roasted red pepper soup. That's also great with the tomato soup. Don't you just love my cast iron bread loaf pan? Oh my gosh, I love it. I'll link to it below. It's an 8x4 pan. When I had gone to the grocery store this past week, I noticed that our favorite sandwich bread is now more than $4 a loaf. $4 a loaf, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna show you this recipe, and it's gonna be less than $1 to make this bread. So I hope it's helpful to you. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.